Hello and welcome to Just Do It, a Dewey Brothers podcast. This is episode 10. I repeat, come in Foxtrot Tango 10.
I repeat, we have hit double digits. We are getting more than one digit. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, Eric, you know what that means?
What? I
It means
don't
the
know.
air resistance is going up with the proportion of the square. We're screwed, dude. I don't know how
Holy
much longer
cow.
we're going to keep this up before we're out of fuel.
Dude, I don't know. This is getting dangerous now.
It's okay, we can reduce our cross-sectional area.
But how can you do that?
I'm not sure, but maybe if we attach some sort of large monument-shaped obelisk to the front of the podcast in order to break the wind.
I mean, that would make sense. It would definitely cut through. I think I'm burpy because of the pressure, you know? There's definitely a lot more pressure down here.
Mm-hmm. Well, all the marble will do that to you.
All the marble, I mean, if it hasn't been apparent, we are hiding out in the most patriotic place we could be because we are recording this on Veterans Day.
That's right.
You know, salute the troops. And of course, the only place we could think of that was Washington, D.C., underneath the Washington Monument. Right, Alex?
That's right. We're here in the secret Illuminati bar known as the Cornerstone, which is 24 floors below the Washington Monument.
I heard that they keep the Declaration of Independence down here for, people to steal, but today we aren't stealing. We're just
I've heard you just do huge lines of cocaine with the Declaration. I mean, that's what all the other presidents have been doing down here.
Oh, are we in the Truman cocaine?
The Truman cocaine den is like just around the corner. And don't even get me started on the Kennedy sex tunnels.
Oh, you're right. That's it.
I mean, they do connect up, but like you don't want to go that way. That's actually straight to Trump's secret bunker and the White House. Just through, it's like two lefts and a right.
What is President-elect Biden was recently announced. What do you think his mark of the Washington Underground is going to be?
Ooh, I don't know what he'll do to the Washington Underground, but I'm assuming probably spruce the place up. Maybe add some books over there to the bar table.
No. I think I know what he's going to do. He's going to install a bed because Sleepy Joe over there always is sleeping.
He needs to be well rested.
I guess that's what you call it, man.
Well, I mean, you saw what Obama did down here, right?
No, I actually wasn't too familiar with Obama's underground workings.
Well, you see, Obama he installed the deep state internet. It's super fast.
Deep state internet? I bet he uses that to effectively communicate with all of his drones.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Not only does it have some of the fastest drone uplink and downlink speeds, Eric, I mean, you can pilot a drone from anywhere on this thing. It is lightning fast. It can also contact all the other, it's basically replaced the red phone in the White House.
I heard that he also has a file of his birth certificate, because I still want to figure out, man, what is Obama's last name?
Ooh, dude, that's tricky. I don't know Obama's last name.
No one knows his last name, but
his birth certificate is framed on the wall over there. It's how this place legally sells alcohol. In D.C., you are required, in order to sell alcohol, Eric, to have a liquor license for the capital of D.C. or a president's birth certificate. Either or.
Oh, that's good. That's fair.
So you can just go check it. It's right on the wall over there.
Oh, yeah. It looks like it's from South Sudan. Huh.
Oh, man, really? Oh, okay, so it used to be Kenya, but the South Sudanese invaded.
Yeah, that's it. Oh,
during that Civil
War. It's Kenyan. I miss.
Oh, you just couldn't see where it was there. You just thought it was South Sudan.
I was looking at his brother.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's right. It's a border town over there. Anyway, let's bounce on into our main topic. This man did all sorts of stuff for places, and I think we should talk about him because he's super exciting.
What is this man's relation to the Biggest Yoshi?
Okay, well,
because the Biggest Yoshi did a lot of things for a lot of places.
Well, we all know that the Biggest Yoshi had AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria. And as the executive director of the Global Fund to Fight AIDS, Tuberculosis, and Malaria from 2012 until 2017, this man extended the biggest Yoshi's lifespan, Eric, by 2.5 years, personally.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
2.5 years. That's a lot of time to contract other terrible diseases.
Well, I mean, it's the pre-diagnosis for the biggest Yoshi it's a really bad health condition, man. You don't want to be a big Yoshi.
All right, did this man believe in let's see, in faking the moon landing? Because it was definitely faked.
Yeah, so absolutely. He got his MD in 1992 from Georgetown University, which we all know the Georgetown team logo we know their mascot is the fake astronaut. So it's the Apollo camera crew. So those Georgetown Apollo camera crews, I think it's pretty safe to say with that background that he is definitely a pro faked the moon landing guy.
He definitely knows what really went down. So we got a nice smart man that loves to help out the big Yoshi. I guess, does this man's name start with a symbol?
It does not. His name is Mark, but then, you ready, Eric? Mark R. Dybul, because it's Dybul. Dybul.
Dybul.
Yep. He's a diplomat, physician, and medical researcher. So if he wanted to change his name to a symbol, he probably could.
Ooh, what do you think he would change it to? Because you know how Prince had that cool little thing.
Ooh, yeah, good question. Well, from 2006 to 2009, he led the implementation of the president's emergency plans for aid relief. So whatever it is you use to mow down an AIDS, probably that. So attack helicopter, probably.
No. This is the government, Alex. We're talking about drone.
Yeah, probably like an anti-AIDS drone. Just shoots the anti-AIDS missiles right down.
Yeah,
right down
I've heard that they've actually come very, very far with AIDS preventative measures. I mean, look at Magic Johnson, right? He's been kicking and he's doing well. Even with his does he have full-blown AIDS or is it still HIV?
I have no idea. I do not follow Magic Johnson.
Well, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. You got any other important information we need to know about Mark Dybul?
No, but he was a political appointee of the Bush administration, and then he stayed on for the Barack Obama transition, which is what you're supposed to do during a smooth transition of power.
That makes a lot of sense.
Apparently, he does philanthropy now, but I don't know exactly what philanthropizing he does. Something about malaria no more, which is a fantastic name for an organization.
Be gone, malaria.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that wraps up our main topic, though, Eric. Mark R. Dybul is a very interesting and noteworthy dude.
Wait. What was that? Mark R. Dybul?
Dybul, yeah.
Dybul. Mark R. Dybul. Or is it Mark R. Dybul?
It's Marker Dybul. He's in the pocket of Big Pens.
Dang, Big Pet. Big Pet is a tough industry.
No, pens, like ballpoint pens, like Bic. He takes a ton of money from Bic.
He takes money from Bic?
I don't really know why Bic wants to stop tuberculosis and malaria, but like, who knew that the lighter and pen company really wanted to put an end to those diseases, and they're putting a ton of money into Mark R. Dybul over here.
Well, it's a little known fact that if you have malaria or HIV in a not first world country, you will probably, kick the can, in which case you can't use lighters or pens.
Right. And if you have tuberculosis, you shouldn't be smoking. So I think their goal is to
get more people to
reduce
smoke.
Tuberculosis so that more people can smoke. Yeah.
Wow. Who knew it was such a sinister thing to,
I know. All because the guy's name is Marker.
All right, Alex. So we gotta hop into what everyone wants.
That's what the people need. It's what the people want. We gotta change direction to our next segment.
It's original works, and this week we're gonna have to do something nice and patriotic for our boys in blue. Am I right?
Armistice Day. That's right. Got to celebrate that ceasefire.
I'm a gun-toting American. And I love the red, white, and blue.
America.
I love you.
And I love living here in the land of the free.
And my home is so very brave.
Oh yeah, I love everything about freedom, especially my Tommy guns.
I'm trying to keep myself free and my country alive, so I'm gonna stick up with my AR-15.
Oh yeah, this is the country that I love, America. You are so beautiful. As much as I love to shoot my gunderfuls, fill those spacious skies full of lead, and just blasting eggs.
The muzzles are flaring and my nostrils are hairing, 'cause I love living in the big old USA. I got a lot of love for my country, but one thing I need you to see is that I'm an American, and I can do whatever I can, 'cause I'm living in the land of the free and the home of the guns.
Oh yeah, nothing but those open plains and those big wide open range. I love my llamas. Go tell your mamas it's America to me.
You can look at me and know these stripes will never run, 'cause I'm protecting them with my gun.
Freedom.
Freedom. That one definitely goes out to
Powered
all,
by Ruger.
yeah,
Yep.
you know it. That's gotta go out to,
Mm-hmm.
America. We love you.
Never felt more free.
It's Veterans Day. You gotta remember, everyone that gave their freedom so that you could be super free.
Even more free. There's so much freedom. Well, I mean, obviously this podcast isn't free, but
this
everything
podcast
else
is freemium. That's what it is.
Well, we have sponsors so that people can listen to it, but those sponsors pay us obviously good capitalist American money dollars.
I mean, that's the only way we can stay on top of the MACC, because they are closing in on us.
Oh yeah, Eric, our spending money is this season alone has been astronomical. It is not cheap to keep buying day of flights to wherever they will go.
It's really tough. It's very tough,
especially when the MACC froze all of our old accounts. That was not great.
I mean, we don't even go by Alex and Eric anymore. It's just Lex and Rick. It's tough.
It's tough, dude. It's really tough. And sometimes I forget, I'll be like, yo, and then I have to stop myself and be like, oh, sorry, Rick, dude. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah,
must be some other Eric I know, not the Eric DeWitt, right?
Obviously. No way. No how.
Speaking of being famous and recognized wherever we go, you want to hop into questions in the internet? It's what the people deserve, what they need.
I mean, it's what we've become famous for. So hit them with it. Hit me with a question. I heard you.
All right, I'm gonna pull up a question, and I want you to go over to our previous video and see if there's any Q's, big fat Q's, down in the comments that people are leaving, because we got to answer those too. We got to be loyal to our fans. So John Crapper at John Crapper says, #Twitter, why don't I see people popular hashtags in my what's happening list?
Well, it's simple. Because you're overusing the pound sign, my man. This guy is out here. He's using #Twitter, blah, blah, do da be da be da ba do. Everyone knows to be a real informative man and to really know what's happening, you got to put down the phone. You got to put down the internet and go experience what life really has to offer.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to agree with you, Eric. And here's Johnny Boy's problem. The reason he doesn't see any popular hashtags in his what's happening list is because he has no friends,
That makes
which
sense.
is okay because it's coronavirus season and you need to go out and isolate yourself and be all alone. And so it's a good thing you have no online profile because it'll make it way easier for you to cut it out of your life entirely. Yeah. Twitter is your hashtag use clearly should demonstrates that you are uh it's best if you're just not on Twitter, which is probably, gonna take away from your experience. And the good news is it's gonna be really easy to get off Twitter because you actually have no friends.
Yeah, friends really weigh you down. So you don't need them, Mr. Crapper. I think the reason you don't have friends is because of that very, very unfortunate last name.
I mean, someone had to folklore style invent the toilet, and I think it was this guy.
I think it was. It must have been.
I think he's riding that toilet money, which is probably why no one wants to be his friend because his great grandpappy owns the toilet factory.
That's Sir John.
Mm-hmm.
So, Alex, I do have one question here because
All right, what
Mr.
is it?
Crapper's all wrapped up.
Mm-hmm.
And
Is this from our? Where's this question from?
This is coming from the Just Do It Quickie comment section.
Ooh, okay.
And this gonna be a real easy one, but
So
the
softball,
comment,
lob it at me, nice and
comment
slow
is
here. I'm teed up. I'm ready to go.
PMT. When are we
Mhm.
gonna hear from those dudes again?
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, it depends on when they get out of jail.
That's true. I heard that they did have a run-in with the law.
They did. They got busted by the MACC, which was dangerous.
Uh-huh.
After obviously they came back from the dead, that was pretty
Well,
amazing.
they have feigned death way too many times.
It's every other week, and they're doing a Martha Stewart thing where they got caught evading taxes.
Well,
The
I heard that they've never paid taxes in their life. Something about like screw the ban.
Yeah, that's definitely their style. But up until now, they hadn't made a profit. And then the other day when we were over there, and they invented that chromium plow to just till through the hard ceramic infused soils of Ohio, I think is where we were.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I remember the ceramic plant exploded there. So after they invented that, that was the first year they've ever turned a profit. And so up until then, they just didn't owe any taxes. And then we accidentally tipped them off to the MACC by stopping in to say hi. Like I had to go in. I don't remember who it was. One of them wanted Timmy Hose, so I stopped in and got him a fresh, some whatever Timbits. Grabbed some Timbits and a small coffee, double, and dropped it off for him. And of course, the MACC they knew who it was. You know why, Eric?
What did they do?
Because I slipped up, bro. Instead of being Lex, I put in Alex.
Yo, my
on
Alex,
my name.
that's the quickest mistake.
I know.
That's how they keep coming.
And so, of course, the MACC was on to me, and then they audited them because apparently you can't park a solid gold tractor out in front of your tractor depot and not get audited.
That sounds about right. No. So I think their sentence was pretty small. Only like 6 to life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a short sentence.
Yeah, but they'll probably get out because I'm not saying on parole or anything. They did some pretty bad things, but they'll definitely get out because they know a few people.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised if they come up with some new tractor-based way of breaking out of prison.
Yeah, I definitely want to hear what they sort of have to say about that one.
I mean, I think they personally sold El Chapo Guzman a chromed up minecart for his previous escape tunnel, so it's safe to say they have connections for sure.
Guaranteed. All right.
I got one more, Eric, from
okay.
Long Live Z5 @_ADSM asks, why TF is taking so long to make pasta?
Oh, that's simple. It's because you got a bad pot. Everyone knows you got to get a thick pot. Because if you don't got the thick pot, it's just going to all boil away and then you got no heat and the heat can't transfer. And then bada bing, bada boom. That's what I say.
Ooh,
Ooh.
so I only buy $5 Walmart pots that are made of the most pricey of all metals, aluminum. That's
It
why it's on
really
the
is.
top of the. Obviously, they wouldn't have gone through all that trouble making the aluminum tower cap for the monument we're currently under if
Well,
it wasn't the most expensive element around,
well,
right?
Alex,
Yeah.
the monument is aluminum capped in order to send the message to
Mhm.
all of our comrades around the world and on other worlds, because I think there's some alien interference going on here.
Oh yeah, we're tapped into the radio antenna. Yeah, that's how
That
we're
is true.
broadcasting this week.
But yeah, aluminum pots, man, they really just don't hold that heat.
Yeah, like the cheapest aluminum you can find, like you bend them and dent them, those kind of ones. That's what
That's
I
what
would.
I'm
A
talking
$5
about.
pot from Walmart, never gone over, and I've never had the water actually boil. Um, with that pot, like I put it on and I like get the water hot, but it just
It
doesn't
doesn't
boil.
boil.
Pot
It's
just cools off before the water can get to a boil. It's really
yeah,
bad.
it's crazy.
So I think the answer is you need to shut your windows first of all. And
Yep.
then throw out your pots and get the thickest bottom saucepan you can find.
I'm talking 6 inches thick.
Oh, you want a slab down there. If you don't
This
have
thing
2-inch thick pot bottoms, I mean, are you even cooking?
also made out of cast iron, right?
Or copper, both are quality.
Copper's good, or just galvanized steel.
Yeah, whatever. Really, whatever metal. It just has to be thick. You need them to
It's gotta
be
be it's gotta be
thick.
thick, strong, and ready to get the friction on.
Hmm.
Because that's actually how heat's transferred. It's particle to
So it's by
particle.
friction. Yeah, yeah. The
You
friction of
need
the
friction.
particles between the range, the induction range, and the pot, or whatever
Mm-hmm. Not, I
range you
mean,
have.
we are describing convection to you. So if a science teacher out there tries to tell you
Right, you turn
otherwise,
on the gas,
don't
and then the
don't listen.
gas heats up, and that makes it run past the pot very quickly, which creates friction with the pot's surface,
Yep.
which heats up the very thick bit of the pan, which stores heat energy for you, which
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm.
makes the pasta water stay boiling when you throw in the pasta, which will make it cook way
Yes.
faster.
And then all the water, when it boils, it rises and falls, and that convection current is actually causing more heat because of all
Hmm.
the friction.
Yep. So long live Z20 Z5. You're gonna have to get a high friction pan, which means you need a really thick base to it.
Mm-hmm. That's what I
Um,
always say.
that's all our questions we have, Eric. That's all of them. We got them done
Oh,
up right there.
that's good. That's good. So, Alex, with that out of the way, I gotta tell you something, man.
Do you?
Oh yeah, the Stingray, she's doing fine.
Ooh, Stingray update.
Stingray update coming at you. Boo doo boo, boo doo boo. It's yep, she's hanging in there, having a grand old time. She is eating lots of shrimp, and she's getting a little tubby.
Is she? Oh boy. Are they live shrimps or dead shrimps?
Well, dead shrimps. Like you go to
Ah,
the store and buy your pack of frozen shrimp,
can you
thaw a
just like
few out.
you just go to yeah, I was gonna say, can you just go to like P Chops and pick up
Oh yeah,
the
just go
fresh
to P
shrimps and then
Chops.
you have a couple of them and then you give her a couple of them?
Yep. I actually just cook a nice little shrimp scampi dish
Uh-huh.
and just sort of pour it in there, and I eat the other half.
So how do you get your noodles to cook fast though? You got to make sure you're using your thick pot, right?
Well, I have the thickest pot.
Okay, good.
You know it. Yep. So she's been eating shrimp, starting to fill out that body
Starlight's
of
crushing
hers.
it.
Oh yeah, she's doing. Not
Will
she ain't tubby yet, but
I'm gonna say, will she still fit into that spicy Vought uniform?
she better, or else or else she's
Gotta
getting
wash
kicked
her
out.
figure. Oh no. Well, I'm glad
But yeah, no,
she's be
she's
happy, feeling good. Is there more stuff in the bottom of the tank, or is it just all glass still?
oh, it's just all glass.
Oh, okay.
Occasional dropping or two, but it's not
Uh-huh.
too bad. Yeah, no, it's doing well. And of course it's been a nice dreary week. Actually, it was a beautiful earlier, but I didn't see it. Actually, I saw a lot of animals. I saw a lot
Did
of
you?
squirrels.
Mm-hmm.
They've come back. So when it got cold for that little bit, they were like, oh, it's wintertime. We gotta go. And then it warmed up to like 70, and everything was just booming again.
Mm-hmm. I
How
was
about you?
so I was climbing up my tree in the backyard here, okay,
Oh
looking
yeah.
for tasty insects right
Oh, like you
around
do.
sunset.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Dual purpose, outdoorsmanship, extravaganza. Both get a good sunset view and also look for tasty insects inside the tree. And I found a couple of caterpillars. They were kind of cool. Um, Actually, they weren't caterpillars. That is wrong. They were moths. They
Ooh,
were
you had
big,
little moth.
fluffy moths. Yeah, they were white and fur balls, and I was like, moths, you silly gooses. It's almost winter. What are you doing here?
Yeah, like they don't
Um,
belong.
and they were way deep in the tree, and I'm pretty sure were scared of me because they were pretty tasty looking. Didn't eat any of them, but like, if I was a frog or something, would have gone for it.
Did they have
And then
any scary coloring patterns?
white and black with eyeballs on the tops of the wings.
Like the mighty zebra.
Yes, very much so. I could not tell where one moth started and the other began.
Oh no!
One ended and the other began. I was very confused and so disoriented, in fact, by staring at these moths that I fell out of the tree, which hurt.
So I guess the moth really got the upper hand on you there.
Oh, it did. It snuck up on me, obviously, in the crevice,
Gotcha.
and then used its ninjutsu to poke me out of the tree. And so I had a solid heel hook on my right leg, and when my handhold broke off, I tumbled out of the tree and I slowed myself down with my calf, but it's now completely shredded. Like it's bad. Like my calf just has road rash all the way down to the ankle.
Well, I will say my calf is also shredded.
Yeah.
But because it's all just, it's muscled up, man.
No, of course.
She's looking fine.
Mm-hmm. And then I landed and punched myself in the rib, and so I still have a sore rib because I think I bruised it. But other than that, falling out of a tree was solid.
Yeah, no, falling out of trees, you learn a lot. You really do. I got nothing else really to say. You have anything?
I don't think so either. I do want to know though, Eric. You said you were getting shredded. What's your workout plan?
Oh, my workout plan.
Before we sign off here, yeah.
Well, simple. I wake up in the morning and I cook 2 eggs and a little bit of bacon, occasionally a bagel, and then I eat it. I also have Eric, some coffee.
You obviously also have pasta every morning. Do you keep your pasta water boiling overnight to cook the pasta faster, or do you have it on a timer so that it's boiling when you wake up?
I actually have one of those what are they, like Rube Goldberg machines?
Yeah.
So when I get up in the morning, it releases a very convoluted set of wires and machinations.
Like dominoes and balls and stuff.
Oh yeah, they're going all over the place. Up the stairs, down the stairs, back up the stairs, outside, inside, and then off like a mile and then coming back, and all that just to and that will slowly fill up a pot of water, swing it over to the stove, and turn on the stove. I've only burned down the house 3 times now, but it is worth it because by the time I put on some pajama pants, because it's a little warm, I gotta sleep in the nude. I get up, I go upstairs, and it's already boiling. So and then it also drops pasta in there and cooks it and has a stir.
Oh, perfect.
So it's all ready.
It gets the pinch of salt ready for you to do the little chef thing over top.
Oh, you know it. And then it doesn't like fully cook, so it has the pasta cooking in there, and I get up there perfectly in time to do some salt sprinkling, and then I finish it. I strain it and then eat it, and then that of course is 6 pounds of pasta because, like I said, it's bulk
to
and
supplement
season.
your eggs, right?
Yeah. The eggs is more of a personal choice.
Okay.
Because I love me some Eggos. But not actual Eggos. We aren't sponsored by Eggos. I can't say
Eggo,
that.
hit us up though. They can if you want to sponsor us.
Please do.
Drop a line.
Yeah, and so that's first breakfast, and then I get my pump on. I just start ripping some good old fat squats, and then that'll bring me around to like 9 o'clock because I already woke up at 8 o'clock. And then this brings me around to 9 o'clock where it's second breakfast time. And for second breakfast, it's a little lighter, but it's a dozen donuts. So I eat my dozen donuts, another cup of coffee, and then that really gets me perked up. So I go run a nice little like 3-mile loop with push-ups every 10th of a mile. I do 100 push-ups every 10th of a mile.
It's a lot of push-ups.
You're right.
am
It's
scared to see.
not 100. It's 100 total. It's only like 5 per tenth of a mile.
Yeah.
And then that really gets the whole body going. And then I come
Mhm.
back and I'm already hungry. It's lunchtime. So at lunchtime, I end up cracking open a 30 rack of beer, and I
Okay.
have to kill it all in a span of like half an hour.
Well,
While
you're thirsty. You got to quench that thirst.
I'm quenching the thirst, getting some
Right.
bread and carb in me,
Mm-hmm.
and then I also have another 4 pounds of pasta going. So then I have my 30 beers, my 4 pounds of pasta, and then I go to
How do you get the
school.
water for that pasta on?
I have this. I just do
Oh,
it.
okay.
Sometimes if I have to pee, I don't have time, I'll just use that. That's fine. I use up the entire stove. I have an auxiliary hot plate that I also use to
Yeah, for multiple, right? Because you're doing like 8 pots of pasta.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, how else
Doesn't
are
all
you
fit in
cooking
one pot.
4 pounds of pasta? So then
Right.
I get all that going, and then I have to go to school and I learn, and I work out the biggest muscle, the most important one, the brain.
The
then
most
my
foldy
brain.
of all the muscles.
So my brain is just ripped. And then I come back, and guess what? Time for more pasta. So I just glug liquid pasta. That's right. I overcook this pasta on purpose and put it in a blender so it gets nice and mushy, and just drink
Oh,
that
you
shit.
put it in the what's it called? In the crock pot before you go to class. So
Exactly.
when you come back,
So I
it's just a fine mush.
slow cook my pasta
Yeah.
until it becomes mashed pasta.
Kind of more
Similar
like
to
a
mashed
porridgey consistency.
very similar to mashed potatoes, but it's
Yeah,
mashed pasta.
but with more
And
gluten.
naturally, I need my gluten. And then I do a full leg circuit, which is mainly calves because
Right.
I live for calves.
I mean, this is what ladies want to see. They want to see a man who has the calves.
For Christmas, I definitely need new pants with more calf room because man, I'm just tearing the seams of these pants.
For Christmas, I need more like running pants. I need like man tights
Oh,
because I
yeah.
don't have enough. Yeah.
Those are pretty stylish. Are you more of a tight or like a sort of like sweatpant, but not baggy sweatpant? I'm talking like tight sweatpant though, with like you can zip up the side.
Oh, I think I look better in tight sweatpants, but I think I enjoy tights more because they leave less to the imagination.
And you need all the help you can get when it comes to that.
Uh, the opposite. I need to show off as much as possible and to accentuate those beautiful skinny quads, right? Like
Oh, okay, yeah,
people
that's
have to
fair.
be scared of how skinny my muscles are.
That's fair. That makes sense.
They got to be like, man, that green bean pole over there is very tall.
Yep. So yeah, I work out constantly, and then by dinner, I I don't have any room in my stomach, and I just go to bed.
Oh, that's okay. It's understandable. Dinner is the least important meal of the day. That's what all the doctors keep telling me.
Yeah, breakfast is the most important though. That's why I make sure to have my Rube Goldberg
On the
machine.
machine, ready to go.
Set it all up.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, with that, let's wrap this podcast up. That was Just Do It, a Dewey Brothers podcast. We got to thank our sponsors, right, Eric?
That we do. I would like to thank store brand frozen waffles. They're not quite Eggos.
You can have my Eggos. I'm gonna take the store brand ones. Dude, I gotta thank slow cooked pasta. Gluten's better after 4 hours.
I would like to thank HIV. I don't know why, but thank you.
Oh, I gotta thank I have to thank El Chapo Guzman for for getting some of the messages I smuggled back to the Pimp My Tractor guys for this podcast. I really appreciate that.
And of course, I have to thank none other than Homegrown Hops. They are doing their thing.
Definitely our best sponsor for sure. This week in particular, I have to thank the Kennedy Sex Tunnels for being a quick getaway in case the MACC tries to corner us. We're definitely going to be lubed up and much too slippery.
That is fair. I would like to also thank none other than the biggest Yoshi. He's just sitting there. He's sitting there.
And we also, last but not least, have to thank Obama's birth certificate. If you are in possession of this, you're on this premise, you are legally allowed to serve alcohol. And with that, let's wrap this bad boy up. Curling is not going to happen because there's a second wave of coronavirus and all the Canadians are safe and all the Americans are super going to die. So go out there and pray, or maybe make a backyard curling rink or something. Like, it's going to be tough times.
Oh yeah, if we need cold weather so the sheet can really form in the backyard this year.
And as far as skiing goes, I heard there is some snow up there. I heard your prayers are working. You've shaved off all your beards, trying to grow them back for November. That's noble. That's really gonna. Hopefully, the snow can fill in as thick as your mustache.
That's gonna be tough because my mustache is not grown in thick, and I've seen yours. It isn't either.
No, it's global warming happened to the mustache there.
So, to all of our proud listeners, grow out your facial hair and then sacrifice it to the snow gods.
They really like that. It always works. 100% success rate. So with that, this has been episode 10, season 3 of Just Do It, a Dewey Brothers podcast. I'm Alex.
I am Eric.
And for the love of God, man,
just send it.
Phew, all right, that was good podcast, bro. Good podcast.
That was spicy. Dude, I'm eating so much pasta.
Oh,
you have to add this in post here.
I'm sure this will make the edit.
And finally, at night, due to all the pasta, my last workout, I was trying to push it all out. It's an hour-long It's an hour-long ordeal where I'm really pushing and straining every muscle I have.
Oh boy, that's not good.